All right, here we are, live and in person. Soon we'll be joined by, and today we're going to talk a little bit about content creation because last night I received a question from a friend that does walking vlogs like nobody else actually. We do walking vlogs ourselves, but we live not in a city like Philadelphia with a situation like Kensington, not as big as Kensington anyway, neighborhood. And And so I thought I'd answer that here. It's a little bit about content creation. Yes, like I said. And Spaz is going to get some coffee. Wouldn't be much of a coffee and ramble without coffee, I guess. That's what you tell me. And I'm going to continue to get set up. If you're joining us, please don't forget to give us those likes and follows because they really, really help the algorithm and help us. It's free. It doesn't cost you a nickel. It's caring is sharing, you know what they say. So we are doing just that ourselves because YouTube doesn't really do this a whole lot. They don't share our content out unless we do it ourselves. That's a nice way to put it. I do have a thumbnail for this, and so I want to get that posted too. As soon as I figure out where the heck I am. It's going to let me post this. And it's not going to let me. Two more. Yeah, let's do it. So, where the heck? Oh, it's not letting me. Yeah, it is. It's not letting me add my thumbnail. I wish YouTube would get their act together. I'm going to have a little background music. All right. So anyway, I received a question yesterday. What is faith? All right. My friend Mr. Works got some footage of. I don't know. He said somebody jumping out a window. I actually had to watch his content and find out. But I'll tell you what, Mr. Works. Here's the rule: if it shows somebody harming themselves in any way, probably a good idea to not post that. Blur it out. Certain things just don't show. And it doesn't matter if it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, they're all going to have the same reaction. If you're showing somebody harming themselves in any way or unaliving themselves, that's a no-no. That is why they would have a difficult time with some of the Kensington content creators. And yeah, so I actually had to go and look at some of his stream to see what he was talking about. And, there's nothing as extreme as seeing somebody jumping out a window, which is what he said he had found. But yeah, so his content was technically safe. He was just at the scene. It was not actually visible. The fire trucks and the police and the ambulance, everything was there, and they were trying to get things straightened out and settled down. But yeah, any and all content that shows people harming themselves or doing things that could harm others, uh, that's what we're avoiding. Absolutely. That be the fact. So anyway, Mr. Works, yes. If I was you, if it was my stream personally, I would do as my thumbnail suggests, and I would put in the title. All right, Sebastian's having a little bit of trouble. I guess we're just gonna have to add them to the stage here.
Wow.
Hello, I can't see you, but I can definitely hear you.
You can't see me?
I can't add you to the stage here. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do that. You know what to say.
I was about to say, I finally got the camera and the microphone to work, so I don't know how you can't see me.
Yeah, I want to add you. Hold on. There you are. Hey, you're bigger than me. That's not fair. Here, I'll drink you, and then I'll crush your tiny little head.
I couldn't get it. I kept pressing allow, and it said, no, you need to close out other bubbles, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't have anything running. So I just
Eh,
restarted the whole device, and then all of a sudden it was all working.
yeah, it's working. So you look like you're dressed for Alaska, though. Here it's like already 71 degrees.
Look,
With
listen,
rain. It's raining here, but it is warm.
it's going to be warm later on today. Right now it's still chilly, at least in my
Yeah,
apartment.
starting next week, we should be expecting some extreme temperatures to start showing up. I mean, 90s and 100-degree weather for the rest of the summer. What I'm
Look, I'm
hearing.
even covered in a blanket.
Um,
I got blankets and everything on it.
so today I was the first thing I wanted to talk about was I received a question from a friend. I watch other walking blogs and stuff, and Mr. Works, he lives in Philadelphia where he does those Kensington walks with the zombie type stuff. And he got some footage. He got some really crazy footage last night of somebody jumping out a window, and he asked if it was safe to post that on Instagram. So I just wanted to bring that up here because it gives me something to talk about. It's definitely not safe to post anything showing anyone harming themselves or might harm others. That I want to get right out there. And when you're on a live stream, they can't do anything about it but cut you off. And once they do, you won't be able to go live anymore. So I would be extra cautiously careful.
Oh, yeah.
All I just went through that nice little wrestling match. Just because Ellie was building Lego and it was, they considered it endangering a child.
Which was stupid, but
Well, she's they kept insisting they didn't see any adult there, though I was standing right there in the camp. You could only see my leg because of the setup we had. She was at a small table, obviously, on a tiny chair. And I was standing right there talking to her. She actually came and handed me a package, asked me to open it with a pair of scissors. So, and the whole thing was only 2 minutes long because they cut it off. Their bots cut it off before it went more than 2 minutes.
well, now I have a question.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Because you could get cut for those kind of things. How come, okay, there was a person who unlived himself on one of the bridges out here, jumped right off of it onto another bridge, pretty much. And people on Facebook are posting it, and you can see everything. But they never got caught.
Eventually they'll take it down, and you can't be monetized for that. And they probably uploaded it. It wasn't live. If it was live, it would have been done away with instantly. As soon as it started going viral, the bot would have picked up on it.
Yeah, that was about a couple weeks ago, though, that someone off one of the bridges. You know, the ones from Albany to Rensselaer?
Mm-hmm.
The multiple bridges they have there? Yeah, that's exactly where it happened.
Yeah. That you can't upload that stuff because eventually they'll catch up with it. And it doesn't take it long. Those AI bots catch on to everything. You could sneeze and they could mistake it for something like that. Chew. Well, that could have, your brains could have came out on the camera. Yeah, seriously though.
Okay, now that you're talking about your brains coming out, is it possible to sneeze with your eyes open? Like, seriously?
No, I've never known it to.
Because isn't it rumored that if you sneeze with your eyes open, your brains will come out? Or your eyes will pop out? What's the rumor?
That your eyes could pop out, but you'd have to sneeze really hard. All right, I'm sorry, Lisa is messaging me here, so you're gonna have to juggle or something here for a minute, because I have to go wake Ian up, and that could take a minute.
Oh, you gotta go wake Ian up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go do what you gotta do. I got this. I kind of want to try that eye thing, though. I just don't know how to make myself sneeze. Pick my nose. No, but honestly, like, some of the stuff I've seen, and then there's some of the stuff that's been knocked down that I've seen and it's gone. It's not something to share on a live stream or, upload a video of. Because, a lot of people want to see it, but then yet again, they don't want the world to see it either because it's somebody harming themselves or getting harmed. I watch on my Facebook feed, this guy puts up all the activity and stuff that happens around here. It's crazy.
It is crazy. All right. Anyway, I'm kind of back. Ian's sort of up. He's half sat up.
No, I was telling him how, like, on Facebook, on Facebook, I follow this guy who puts on all the action that happens around here, but he really has to be specifically careful of what he posts and how he posts it.
Yeah, if it was me, and I was like having the trouble he is, because he got demonetized already because people were doing drugs in front of kids at a basketball game he was at that he recorded over last summer. And they demonetized his whole channel for it. He deleted that video, and then they started telling him, well, you got to do this, and then you got to do that. And now they want him to take all his videos down and put warnings of viewer discretion on him. If it was me, every time he went out into those neighborhoods, I would have viewer discretion in my title. It would be the first thing. And that would draw views too. I mean, quite literally, yeah. And people would come just because your title says viewers discretion advised.
Right, because they're hoping to see something.
And I mean, there are people that go out with the scanners in their cars and they go after the police calls and the ambulance calls and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's
And
what
that's
I'm
how they do
saying.
it.
The guy that I follow out here that does all his thing on Facebook is called Sidewinder. He
Mm-hmm.
literally is out there chasing all that action.
Right. Exactly.
He's literally out there chasing all that action, and he honestly, I think, goes about it in a different way than most people who do those types of things. He actually has
Mm-hmm.
permission. He's talked to the fire department, and he's talked to the police and everything like that to make sure that when he's there, he's not overstepping.
Yeah, this guy gets some crazy stuff though. He'll go down through Kensington with his little Osmo pocket and just walk through, and you see people with the needles dangling out of their arms and everything else.
Wow.
So yeah, and he used to because it generates so many viewing hours, and you need so many viewing hours to get monetization. He would run those loops 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
Because if you're on mobile, you can. If you're doing mobile devices, you can have more than one stream at a time on YouTube or pretty much anywhere for that matter. But this is there is good money in this. If you just grabbed your camera every time you went to work or wherever you went, you could even do yourself a video with yourself while you're grocery shopping or walking to work and all that stuff. People watch that because they live through you. They can't get out, whether you're walking to work or not. You know, there's always at least 15 minutes or a half hour between walking to work and walking home.
You want to know what happened the other night when I was walking home?
Yeah, what's that?
Some freaky stuff. Ready? Okay, well, at least I thought it was freaky. So, walking home about a block and a half away from my house, I thought I saw, no, I know I saw a guy with two children's, like racing bikes.
Right.
It's like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. I'm pretty sure that they were stolen. But literally moments
Mm-hmm.
after he passed me, a guy from across the street started limping his way towards my area. He got behind me and started growling at me. So, of course, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to speed walk a little bit. Speed walk all the way down to the house. Well, I crossed closer to my neighbor's house to come up the hill to get on the sidewalk to my house. And all of a sudden I hear the craziest growl ever. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's followed me. Excuse my language. No, it was just like 3 or 4 deer in the front yard hiding behind a tree that I didn't see because it was so dark. And all of a sudden I heard the growl and they took off into my backyard. Scared me to death.
Yep,
I swear I almost had 2 heart attacks that night on my way home.
Oh my God.
First some crazy guy.
I think I could believe the guy growling though. Yeah, I've seen worse than that.
First the crazy guy limps across the street just to walk up behind me and growl.
Mm-hmm.
At like 12:30 at night, and then of course the deer, because I scared them, one of them snarled or whatever, scared the crud out of me.
Right.
When I finally realized they were just deer, I died laughing, of course, but my heart was still pounding out my chest from the first growl.
Yep. So the other day we were here, we were discussing mini PCs, and I don't know if you've seen them on the newer mini PCs. They're about the size of a little bigger than a cell phone, maybe the size of put 2 cell phones side by side, and quite a bit deeper. That they're selling for $200 or $300 now. You put them on, hook them to your television with a wireless keyboard and a mouse, and whatever else you want, even a webcam, and they do as good as any big PC. I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen them. They're becoming the thing. Instead of running with 600 watts of power, they're running with 45. Less than a laptop of power. They're not really for gaming per se. You can play some older games on them, but what they are for is like for people who just surf the web and watch videos and stream Netflix and stuff like that.
No, not seen them. But yet again, I'm not big into electronics either. I
Hmm.
got like
What would be
the
interesting for
old.
you every time I turn around and say, "You got a computer?" Well, the only one. Right. If you got on Amazon and watched for a sale, you can get those mini PCs for as little as $130, $140 on Amazon now. Well,
I'm
they
so I'm such a cheapskate, Dad. I have $10 in my Amazon account. Won't buy anything because the $10 won't cover the shipping and handling either.
oh well.
I'm such a cheapskate. I won't buy anything off of Amazon because I can't get it with just what's in my Amazon account right now.
Um. Well, we have Prime. We don't pay. There are some things I guess you still have to pay shipping on, but for the most part, the shipping is included when you have Prime.
Everybody keeps telling me get Prime, but don't you have to pay for it?
Hey, it's 200 and some odd dollars a year, but you get everything, including a lot of their streaming service, uh, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not just about shipping.
Everybody keeps telling me to get Prime.
Prime is a video service. They have gaming too. Like you can play games on Amazon. There's an extra subscription for some price for some things, but
I think that if it would read me books so I ain't got to read books myself, I'd do it.
well, audio.com is part of Amazon, but that's an additional subscription. Lisa has that.
More money. Cheapskate. You want to know how I get HBO Max or Max, whatever it's called now? Because it's free through my cell phone provider.
That wouldn't. Well, that's not. That's as long as that's what they're offering as part of your cell phone plan. I mean, Bell does that here. I mean, if we had BIOS or whatever they're calling it today, we'd have cell phones, we'd have internet, and we'd have wireless cable, all in the same plan. But it's expensive.
I wish
It more costs more. That's all.
I could find something like that. I need like internet for my house because right now all I have is my hotspot off my phone.
Well, they'll give you your modem would be a hotspot. Take it off the wall, put it in your pocket. Isn't don't you have BIOS there? You have right?
No,
You don't have
not
AT&T? That's Bell. They are in the U.S.
not
Or
that.
Verizon.
Well, yeah, but they don't have that for this area yet. It's not for my area yet.
You get your cell phone plan. It comes with your cell phone plan. You get a mobile. You get the mobile
I get
hotspot. You get. Eh,
I get that. I've been trying, but it's not in my area yet.
hmm,
Which means it's not in Troy or the surrounding areas. They don't have it set for here yet.
hmm. Well, that's
I've
kind
looked
of
it
weird.
up. AT&T and Verizon. I've looked them both up. They're not set for this area yet. Why? Because I don't understand that. We're one of the bigger cities around here. So why isn't it set up
I
for the
don't
bigger
know.
city yet?
When I left, we could get it where I live if we wanted it. I just didn't want that. Time Warner was really good. I understand the Spectrum is not so hot now, but Spectrum actually
Apparently,
Spectrum actually offers the same deal. You can get your cell phone and everything through Spectrum. Huh?
apparently I owe Spectrum.
Oh, well,
So yeah, me getting anything through Spectrum is just not gonna happen yet. because apparently I owe Spectrum.
Hmm.
You want to know how much I believe Spectrum thinks I owe them?
I have no idea.
$332.
That sounds like you're a month behind on a bill.
And I can't get anything because I owe $332.
Yeah. Oh,
According
boy.
to them. According to them. Now, they had a bill collector call me, or what is that, a collection agency or something like that?
Yeah.
But aren't collection agencies supposed to know all your information?
No, not necessarily.
Like where you live, how much you owe, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they should know that.
Okay. Well, why didn't this bill collector know anything? And
When
wanted
they
to ask
bu-
me
when they buy,
all the questions.
yeah, I don't know. But when they buy your contract, they have to buy the information of how much you owe and your address and a certain parts of your history.
Well, I have heard through the grapevine that if they don't have all this information, they don't have the right to collect from you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why they make these calls trying to get you to tell them all of your information.
So we get a lot of scam calls about cable here too. So,
And I'm not having it. I am not having it.
the worst place to get scam calls about your cable company is from your digital phone from your cable company. And the worst place to get scam emails is from other people with the same cable company. They're the ones who can do the phishing instantly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this guy didn't know anything calling about. I kept asking, what are we talking about? Who are you? What, all of that stuff. I can't tell you anything. It's private and confidential. I need to make sure I'm talking to the right person first.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your name again? What's your address? No, sorry. We're not having this conversation.
We don't even talk to him. You know what I do? I hang up on him.
So I hung up. And then I dialed the number right back, and it was a collection agency. And I was like, "Yeah, you all don't have my information. I'm not giving it to you."
Yeah, if they don't have your information, they don't have your information. They don't know anything about you. The worst thing a collection agent could do is to guarantee your wages. But if they don't have the information, they can't do that.
Right.
They need your information to know where you work.
Right, and you're not getting it out of me. If you don't have my information, you're not getting it out of me. If you can't tell me who I am and all that other stuff, then I'm not telling you. Sorry. Not sorry. I hung right up.
Use your other name. That's all I can tell you.
Choose my other name?
That's all I can tell you.
What other name?
You're Jane. Jane now.
Oh my gosh. So talking about Jane. Okay, here we go again. Another craziness from the walk home. A couple nights before the guy growled at me. I'm walking home, and the streets are pretty busy for 11:30 at night, but hey, it was nice out, okay? 3 drunk ladies. As I turn the block onto the one block that just heads me straight to my house, sitting on their porch, having a grand old time. I walk by, there's another lady behind me. All of a sudden, I start hearing, "Hey, Jane. Hey, Jane.
Crazy
Hey,
Jane.
Jane. Jane." Finally, I'm like, I turn my head. She goes, "Hey, Jane." I'm like, no, I'm sorry. She goes, oh, my bad. And then all of a sudden I start hearing the 3 of them go, "We told you it wasn't Jane." Well, she looks exactly like her, doesn't she? I'm like dying. I'm dying on the inside because I thought they were literally talking to the lady who was behind me. But that lady, when I turned around, was nowhere to be found. That lady that was behind me. So where'd she go?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't go out at night here because it's safer not to. But, well, I did actually. You've seen my nighttime pictures the other night, so.
But here's the thing. I've walked these streets a million times after dark because I work evening shifts.
Mhm.
These walks, as long as I take my regular route home every night, I don't worry about it.
Yeah, well,
Well,
we got the big empty. They're actually going to make a subdivision out of it. The empty lots behind us are so big, and sometimes the homeless and the partying teens are back there, or they're overdosed, laying in the half dead and stuff like that. So
well, now that the summer's coming back around, it's gonna start getting interesting again, I don't know about my nightly walks. But the good part is, I won't be walking at night anymore
mm,
because where I'm going to work, I won't be walking.
you bought a helicopter.
No, I'm going to work about 40 minutes from my house. So how am I going to be walking in the dark?
You're not. No, I said you bought a helicopter.
And by the time I got to leave, it's still going to be light. By the time I come back, it's going to be light. So
Yep.
I won't be walking the streets in the dark anymore.
Uh,
I mean, there's a lot of craziness that goes on around here and during
yeah.
the day too. But
So I'm trying to find more interesting things to do with the morning coffee and ramble stuff here. I received that question last night after I went to bed, so I figured it was a good place to start. And we obviously everybody who's got a computer needs new computers by October of next year because when Microsoft shuts down Windows 10, there's going to be a billion. Well, they don't stop working, but if they don't get security updates no more, they aren't much good. So we have to replace all our computers by next year. We've only got one to start, but the mini computers are at that price point, and they all come able to run Windows 11.
hmm,
And I need a new phone to top everything else off because that one is obsolete. You can't upload; it doesn't update anymore, and there's no new software for it no more.
I don't like my new phone. You want my phone? I'll send it to you.
I definitely need a. I need a new phone. I'd like to get like a Samsung S anything. It's got to be
I want my Samsung Galaxies back. I don't like
yeah.
this Motorola.
Yeah, I like the Samsungs. I especially like the one you seen the pictures of the Aurora that we took. Those are from Lisa's phone. She has the new Samsung.
I want a Samsung Galaxy again. I do
My
not like my Motorola.
my old A8 doesn't have the auto night anything on it, so all we've seen was blackness when I went out with my phone. That's what all the blackness in that video is. My phone. All the
I,
color is the new phone.
when I get a new one, I'll ship you this one. I promise you, I will. I will give you this Motorola. I don't know where you could use it
So
out there. You can have
yeah,
my Motorola.
probably not. They would have to be unlocked because we're not only in a different system, we're in an entirely different country.
No, that's why it's so funny. I'll still give it to you though.
Eh,
You can make
Um,
videos and then upload them to something else off of Wi-Fi.
yeah, it might work on Wi-Fi. Um, but yeah, so we're watching for a cheap phone too. But I doubt anything is going to happen. Lisa got taken in Mexico, so she lost money there, and she has that trip to Houston coming up in August. So plus, not tomorrow, but the day after, 700 and some odd dollars has to go to the dentist because Ellie needs three fillings. Well, they're only going to do one at a time, but I guess but she was quoted a price of $730, and her dental insurance is already used up for the year.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is still the best coffee around.
Yeah, I still got my cold cup of coffee here from 6 o'clock this morning.
This is cold, and I only had it about 2 hours. Got it 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we Tim's is right up the street. It's less than an 11-minute walk up the street, but I don't even have the money to buy it. They don't give it away. I've
You want to know
tried.
how I got the money to buy that? I just got paid this morning,
Hmm. Lisa
and
will
that'll
get paid.
probably
Lisa gets paid tomorrow.
I'll probably be the only cup of coffee I get from there the rest of the week. Oh look, I have a friend.
Hmm.
You want to know where this
All right,
thing?
that's another thing. We have to talk about that. When you're on Morning and Rambo with me, put your pussy away, okay? Come on.
Okay, well, you want to know where his favorite place to be is?
All right. I just thought that was funny because if we were watching these guys from the UK, you would every time they talked about a cat, that's all they say. Have you seen my pussy?
You want to know where his favorite place in the world is, though?
uh,
Why? Okay. Why
the food dish.
does he want to be in my toilet?
That could be a breathing thing, though. You know, cats and animals have asthma, and if you're in a damp place, it's easier to breathe. But
No, it's like he's trying to drink out of it, like a
um,
dog.
I don't know. Then that's he's trying to
Tell me
drink
who
out
he
of
reminds you of. Look at him. Who does
trying
he
to drink
remind you of?
trying to drink out of your eye now. I don't know.
What kitty does he remind you of that we grew up with? Well, I grew up with.
I don't know. Who'd you grow up with? He
Is he Mickey? He's Mickey
huh?
kitty. He looks
Well,
like just like Mickey.
yeah, maybe it is. How do you know?
Say hi.
You
Say
ever
hi,
asked him?
kitty. Are
Who,
you
who
my
were
kitty?
you? Who were you in your other life?
Are you my kitty reincarnated? Say hi to the world.
Oh,
It's okay. He don't have a name. You want to
yeah,
know his name? You want to know his name?
yeah, meow.
His name is Kitty.
Oh, okay, that's a good name.
That's what he's called, Kitty. Actually, if you go to the vet, his name is Papa's. Papas. Papa's. Because
Hmm.
at first he reminded me of Poppy Kitty.
Hmm.
But then I said, I can't call you Papa's because you remind me more of Mickey, so you're just going to be Kitty. Ow!
Ow!
Hey! Stop it! Not
Well,
nice.
don't call him names. He's gonna get even.
He just attacked my foot like, excuse
All right,
me.
I'll be
Stop
back in a
talking.
minute. Ian still didn't get out of bed here. I know
Oh,
he's got an appointment today, so
oh boy. That boy's going to get himself in trouble not getting up. I didn't want to get up this morning either, so I don't blame him. I think I'm gonna make my own YouTube channel and I'm gonna start ghost hunting. I think that's what I should do. Cause I got a funny feeling. I was watching one of those ghost hunting things on YouTube here the other day, and I saw what looked like a orb. I thought it was on the TV because, of course, it went across the TV screen, but it kept going. I'm like, need to figure that out for sure. There's some interesting things that have happened here at my house before I even moved in. So I'm thinking I need to do some investigating here, but all I got is my cell phone. I ain't got no other equipment to do such. So any ideas, people need to let me know. Because also I have a friend who says that he has a very haunted house too. So I'd like to go there and investigate too. Or have somebody come and investigate them for us. I don't know. I'm into that paranormal stuff though. I'm into that stuff though. So yeah, that'd
so
be quite interesting. Hi, welcome back.
hi. Oh yeah, thank you. Nice.
I was
Glad I could
I
join
was
you.
talking to my peoples here. about how I think my house may have a spirit in it.
Cool. Spiritual.
And because the other night, you know that Spirit Stalker YouTube channel you were telling me about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was watching, I think it was either them or it was Twin. But I was watching something and I thought like I was watching an orb on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
But they never mentioned seeing it, and as it went across the TV, it continued. So it wasn't in the show I was watching itself.
That was my friend Spotty.
So I was like, I'd like to like try to figure that out, but all I got is my cell phone, and I can't record on my cell phone and do other things on my cell phone all the time.
You know where orbs are very, very common? If you have a cell phone tower around you, a radio tower, or anything close by. But you're not. You're in the. You're right in the city, so there's not much of that.
Nope.
Are you near the river at all? You're not. No?
I'm like 4 or 5 blocks up from River Street, which the river is right there, of course.
Yeah.
But so, the fun fact is there was a lot of stuff that happened here. There was a few people who died here before I even moved in.
Was this during the weekend? Was it this weekend?
I think it was like Friday.
Yeah, we were having that huge magnetic storm. That's when the magnetic storm happened, when the things off the sun came. That's what caused the aurora borealis we're all watching until Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it was like Friday. Yeah, it was like Friday.
So yeah, you could see orbs because they would just be glowing plasma balls, and they're in our atmosphere here as well as up in the sky. That's what the aurora borealis was, a big glowing orb. Right?
But also, like the history of the house that I'm in, okay?
Right.
The lady who used to live here, she apparently had like a heart attack on my porch out there and fell off the porch and died.
Well, she's had some nerve. Maybe you could sue her for that.
And then the guy who owned the house before he passed away and his sons took it over, passed away downstairs in the house.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've not had any like experiences other than that orb thing that I've seen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when my niece was staying here, she swore up and down that her speaker flew off of the table in the living room while she was sitting there doing her homework.
You want to try something neat? Your phone has space on it, so you can download an app.
Always.
Download GhostTube. It's free.
Yeah, but how am I going to record what happens if, like, anything happens and I get anything?
You can record up to, without paying a subscription fee, you can record like a little bit of time, and you can actually, yeah, you can record it.
I meant like a video. If I'm using my phone to do that, how am I going to record a video of me doing it?
Trust me, with GhostTube, it is a recording. It is something that can record. It can also directly upload the video to TikTok or YouTube.
Also, I was telling everyone that I have a friend who swears his house is haunted. Now, he's even got a picture of a little boy, a little ghost boy, in his house.
Cool.
So, like, if I could figure it out.
We're throwing a party. I wonder if we could borrow it. Can I borrow your ghost boy?
I literally think that if that's an actual picture, which he swears up and down it is, we should go investigate his house as well. But yet again, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. It'd just be kind of me screwing around.
You know what you know what investigating is? Like sitting around watching paint dry. That's all.
And then like I was like, maybe I should find one of these people to go investigate his place.
On YouTube, they have the AI, the AI filters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been testing them even here. They actually get
I did that
AI to show up images where any blank space on my wall here. I can sometimes get the AI to show images
I
of,
did that. They had one on TikTok, and they were like, "Oh, everybody's saying this shows the ghosts in your house, or blah 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 blah." And only 2 rooms did something show up in, and it was the 2 rooms in my last apartment that I had the most activity in.
TikTok does have the filter, but GhostTube is good. It not only it has the like a word, or I don't want to call it a word bank. It's like a radio that you're listening for
The crazy part
spiritual
about
words and voices.
that one on TikTok is, remember I used to tell you the stories about how every night in my old apartment, my bedroom door would close on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I was in the bedroom or I wasn't in the bedroom, same time at night, my door would close every night on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
They
used
have
that one on TikTok. I used that filter on TikTok when it first came out, thinking, oh, it's not going to show nothing. It showed something in my kitchen.
GhostTube right now has 4 different apps. One of them is a spirit box. The other is like a spirit talker. They have the SLS, turns your phone into an SLS camera, and also they have GhostTube Seer, which will capture AI imagery.
So, like that creeped me out because it caught something in my kitchen, and then I always knew Skylar didn't like her room,
Mm-hmm.
and she kept telling she wouldn't tell me why, but I knew she didn't like it because she didn't stay in there often when she was with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there, and in there too.
I think the name of the one filter on TikTok that I used to use is Magna. Is that it, or Magma, or Magna?
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
let me come back. I got a call coming through.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. So she'll be back. All right, guys. Anyway, we just wanted to let you know some talk about content creation. If I had the channel Mr. Works at, I would have viewer discretion at the beginning of. I would just start every stream with viewers discretion when I went around Kensington and other places, and make sure you know that anytime somebody does something harmful to themselves or harmful for others, it's always going to be trouble. You don't have to not upload it, but when you put it up in video form, make sure you blur what's going on. You can discuss it sort of and talk about it, but also remember that words have power, and they will kind of not. If you use a lot of vulgar language and words, you can't talk suicide and stuff like that, or talk about using drugs uh, too much, or they won't recommend your video, and you obviously probably won't get much in the way of monetization anymore. And if for any other reason, that's why a lot of the Kensington people are fading away. There is a lot of there. We're going to say there was a lot of money in it, but uh, YouTube is starting to demonetize more and more. They're cranking down on it a lot. So yeah, your creators for there are vanishing. So always make sure you got the viewer's discretion. The warnings are good, but I still think Mr. Works, in order to get remonetized, even though you're taking them down after you get started and you got a certain percentage done, I would definitely go ahead and start the process of going, setting a message to Team YouTube on X and get started there, and point out that you think this has fell through the cracks. They keep telling you to do more and more. You've done everything they've asked, and they still haven't remonetized your channel or allowed you back into the partnership program, and you think you've already did above and beyond. Now, before you lose all the what's needed to actually be a part of the program, if it was me myself, I would have forgot about. I wouldn't have forgot about that channel, but I would have worked on getting monetization and setting up a different account. And yeah, it probably would have to be in a different person's name because once you use your social security number and stuff, it's going to link to the other account, and then you're going to have trouble with that unless you delete your AdSense account and start over. They do have some pretty strict rules on that too. We had our little viewer warning even on our stream we did the other night with the Aurora Borealis, because some of our content was altered because my camera doesn't do the night sky as well as the S23 or 24 did. And we didn't have to do any doctoring to that. That showed some natural colors all on its own. But this old phone I got, it showed us darkness, which is basically all I could see. Spaz hopefully will be back. She had to get her phone call. So then we can watch the Aurora Borealis. We could talk about the mini computers again too. Seems like we had a lot of people who are interested in that. And I think they're going to be the wave of the future. And I really hope that one of these companies out there, if you want a review, you might send us your device, your mini PC, and we'll do a review for you. We're not opposed to that. I like to do the unboxing and the reviewing of electronics. I've been into electronics my whole life. Since the time I was 14 years old, we've been dealing with computing. I've worked in radio and in technology and television, broadcasting, and definitely computers since the early 80s. We could probably do you some justice. We don't have the biggest following here yet, but that's just from a lack of trying. We don't really put a lot of effort into getting monetized and stuff like that. The biggest push has been in the last year. So it has grown since we've made that effort, which obviously it should, and it would. Consistency is the key. Crazy. Can't see no sky in these pictures. But we did get some, like I said, with the S10. That was what we seen at the beginning was unenhanced. And if you're out there tonight is, I think, unless they've changed it again, tonight will be your last chance to catch the Northern Lights. The last official chance, anyhow. Hopefully, like I said, spouse will be back soon. She had to answer a phone call, and sometimes they can take time, as we well know. So anyway, the mini PCs, what I understand about them is if you're using these older fourth generation machines like the OptiFlex 9020, which has been selling hot for the last 5 years on Amazon for $200 and $300, anything you can expect that small form factor PC to do, whether it's an HP or a Dell or whatever one it is, from back in 2013, these mini PCs will do that with way more enthusiasm. They got a lot more punch to them, you could say. So it's not like you're not going to be able to game. You're still not going to be able to play those uh, top game modern games on them with very much efficiency because there's no GPU. But they are very powerful machines, and you will be able to play plenty of games on them. And they definitely do the emulators very well, from what I could see. This is the S10 footage I was telling you about that we're getting glimpses of here, and at the end there's a 2 or 3 minutes of video with the S23. I'm sorry, not S10. Just did show some pictures on the in-between side of this because it only made sense. You can see some streaks in the sky with this older camera, but it doesn't really pick up the night sky, not like this here by any means. And yes, I did turn around and get the phone so that we could be doing some recording off of the balcony there, which is how we got these pictures. Got the newer phone. I think the mini PCs, guys, unless you're a big gamer, and even the big time gamers, if you're already paying for a console, why would you pay $4,000 or $5,000 for a PC to stream when you can use your console together with your mini PC and still be the big time gamer? You could play the game on your PS3 or your Xbox or your Nintendo or Switch, whatever console you got. Why would you emulate it, or why would you want to pay $10,000 more for a PC to play the game and stream when you can play game on one, stream with the other? Because the computer was meant to do one thing, and your game console was meant to do the game. But today they're crossing lines because the new Xboxes and the new PlayStations are not only consoles, but they're also computers. You can surf the web just as well on your gaming console and still play games. This was a video of the night sky with the S24. Almost reminds you of the sky where it's raining, but those were literally lights in the sky. You can actually see they were kind of a ring around us. This was on Saturday night. It was about 11:30, quarter to 12 at night. was kind of an interesting night anyway on Saturday. And like I said, here it's raining. It's ever since Saturday, it has been very, very heavily cloudy and raining. And to be honest, we couldn't see it as well. You could still see some color in the sky through the clouds. That's how strong it's been, but definitely nothing like Saturday when the sky was pretty much clear. I mean, you can, if you look into the aurora a little bit with the S24, you can kind of see some cloudiness in the background, but it was pretty much clear skies. And I'm not really so much sure it was cloudiness as the shape of the aurora around us itself. Anyway, if you guys are out there, don't forget to give us a like and a follow, share our content. We really appreciate your support. We do. We appreciate it a whole lot, and it's free. Sharing is caring. Like, follow, subscribe. It costs you nothing. We're not like monetized here. I do want to get this morning coffee and ramble going a little bit better with different subjects like the mini PC and other stuff, and I would love it if one of those companies are out there listening. Go ahead and contact us. You can contact us on Gmail or leave us a message right here on the channel. I guess Spaz has gotten pretty tied up on the phone, and so we're probably going to end it here. Who's watch? She'll be back as soon as I go to end this. But we hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to try to bring more guests and such. Have a good morning. We'll be back. Probably Magic Gathering. Bye-bye.